Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Journey. Before we get into today's video, 2 points I want to know that I kind of find out by accident is when you look at the world map, there are 2 points, which one is right here, which is the Emporium. The second one is where I'm at, which is Boa Ironhoof. You can actually buy things from these vendors. Now, they used to be in the Emporium where you could go in there and you could buy a bunch of different gear. I was wondering what we could do with all of our gold, and looking here, especially based on progression. As you're making more progression in this game, you can actually come here, you can buy a lot of the gear here, which is going to make a big difference. Now, of course, on the other side, if you hop over and look at the Emporium, which is right down here, this is kind of interesting as well, because this is the place where you're going to make a purchase, but you are going to exchange the Holostone coins. So as you continue to buy things out of here, which I just did a couple purchases in here a minute ago, it will unlock further essentially resources out of here. So looking for a really good place to get some EXP, you see we can buy it out there. And then of course, these sigils are going to give us access to additional heroes. And you can see we can keep getting better gear. There's 130 right down here. Even down here, there's 190 gear. So again, as we're accumulating these coins, as we're making progression, we're going to have to unlock this kind of further and further. And then of course, it does show, I thought it showed up here exactly when it reset. So when this does reset, or it's going to be maybe sold out forever when you get to a point, but I believe this is going to reset to a point you're going to be able to get some new items in here, or you're going to be able to essentially use these all. Again, I'm thinking you might be able to use them all as we continue to get these coins out of the world loop. Now in today's video, I want to look at the Labyrinth. So a lot of players had a ton of questions about the Arcane Labyrinth. Now we're on a basic difficulty right in here, but you can see this is where you're going to get your epic invite letters, which means that you can get a lot of those high priority heroes by going in here and actually building these out. So I'm going to drop in a couple heroes I want to make sure that we do have, and I've been leveling up quite a bit of heroes here. There we go. And you know what? I want to drop in a tank. Lately, I don't put a tank in anything, and I'm kind of leaving the tanks completely out of it. So you know what? I'm going to drop Granny in here as my tank, which I believe it put it in there. Let me see. It might have not put that last year. There we go. So Granny was in there. So this is epic. This is level 50. So it kind of bases where we're at. Now, again, a lot of players were not familiar with the Arcane Labyrinth, but the way that they did this is really, really cool. So there are these relics. You can see this is a relic gate. This is the relic it's going to give me. Defeat enemies to get relic vanquished. Increases attack by 5%. Now you can stack relics, but you can only hold so many relics. So again, we'll look at that in just a minute. Let's put our tank up front. I'm going to put my healer right here in the middle. So the tank's going to be able to just go in there. And based on where we're at, it shouldn't be any problem to get through these combat scenarios really quick. Now, very similar to what we see with the bosses. Once you go through this version of the Arcane Labyrinth, it is going to build it higher and higher. They're going to get stronger and stronger as you're going through here. So there we go. So we got our Vanquish. It gives you 2 paths. Now, out of these 2 paths, you want to make sure you're kind of building. And as you can see right here in the top left, you only do get 4 relics right here. So it says it adds with my combat rating. It adds right here the 2.5%. So we can get Fortitude, of course, increasing our HP, or we can restore some energy. I'm going to go for energy on this side. Now, these relics, of course, are going to stack. But every time that you get 2 relics, it actually gives you some more relics, which I'll show you as we're going through here. So the ability to really play it either offensively or defensively is really up to you, because there we go. We took this one down. We know we were getting that potential relic. Now you can see we have 0 here, 0 here, restores 10 HP to all deployed heroes on a victory. So again, very interesting on that one with the warmth. But we can also do guard, increases physical and magical defense, which I'm going to go top left again. We have 2 of those 3 relics built, which means we have a little bit more of a buffer in here. Very similar to AFK Arena when it comes to the Arcane Labyrinth and how it works, going kind of floor by floor. Now, one thing that you will note in here is there is also stuff that you can buy in the Labyrinth, but I really don't advise it. I don't see a lot of benefit when we get these pure crystals. Right here, this is Fitz's store. Enter and find out what novelties will you find in the shop by a mysterious Fitz. We can go in here, and this is the store because there's only 15 floors in here. And you see for a certain amount of these, you can actually buy what he has in here. Resurrection potion, so pretty good if you are on a higher level, higher difficulty. When defeating enemies, increases crystal obtained by 15. We have enough for that one, so we can actually pick up a little bit more. But again, paying attention to the runes that we do have here for potential, I can actually pick me up another potential rune. Doing that, that activates 2 of 2, which means I get to choose a buff to essentially put on because I have those 2 of 2 runes. For every Graveborn hero we have deployed, which we're not deploying the Graveborn, heal allied heroes on the enemy side of the battlefield for 35%, not going on the enemy side. Allied heroes can absorb 15 energy with normal attacks. I'm going to do that energy absorption. And then, of course, that's as much as we can buy out of here. So onwards we go to go in and fight. Now, floor 5, as you can see right up here, is going to be an elite hero. So usually, and sometimes they're bigger, but overall, going in here with this elite hero should be relatively easy. Now, in addition, we are getting a lot of extra energy because we do have the carryover from the previous battles, but also with the relics that I have in here. And there we go. So we got 2 of 2 on this one. Again, adding another one. Now we have rare. We also do have elite in here. So depending what you're looking for. So 5 seconds into battle, mark 2 enemies with the current lowest HP. When allies deal damage to the marked enemy, the attack speed goes up. Very nice, especially on those boss modes. Heroes lose 35% of current HP when they start. The HP comes back gradually. I'm going to go with the Annihilation mark. And as you can see, we have 204 here, 204 here. So now we have to start building them up again for where we were. Strategy challenge. Let's go with the Relic Gate. I haven't seen what the strategy challenge is. But right here, there are fewer enemies in battle, yet their stats are increased. Let's see if we can get through this one. Which again, I don't see any problem just based on where we're at within here. So getting through here is going to be pretty much a breeze until we get onto the much higher levels to really challenge going through this. But again, visually looking at this, guys, it is awesome. So what do we got? Defeat enemies to get the blessing money jar. When entering the room, obtain 20% of the owned pure crystals, or we have the vanquish to increase the attack. I'm going to go for vanquish over here because, of course, this is going to give us the 2 set bonus or the 2 relic bonus when we're building these out. Now, again, systematically, there is a way to do this. Again, when you're going through here, pay attention to what you're using and how you're using these because it is going to make a difference in the ability of getting through the labyrinth or not getting through the labyrinth. Something to really go ahead and figure in. And there we go. So we got our 2 relics. What do we got? Drain life. Enemy heroes under control lose 1 HP. Increases critical damage boost by 40% the first 8 seconds. I will absolutely take that. Of course, powerful enemies on here. We could get some more attack. And you can see in this top left again, we're already at a 50% buffer in here. We're getting a lot more. So additional challenge, deploy no more than 4 heroes and I will get a slot into the crest. You know what? Deploy less than 4 heroes. I'm going to drop Byron out. There's our 4 heroes. Formation is incomplete, but I am okay with it because we have the crowd control right there from Cecilia. Works super, super well in this formation. Boom, it gets that one done pretty easy right there with our 4 heroes. And there is the soul. Gain 1 slot in the crest activation, which of course we get vanquish. Try your luck. Pure crystals will make the orb rotate slowly. Crest keeps disappearing and reappearing. Use pure crystals to replace the crest. Then, of course, we're going to go ahead and get some more energy out of here. Don't know if the other one was better, but you can see we're starting to get a couple different enemies in here, which is cool to see. It's not just the regular ones. So defeat the enemies promptly to win or brace the arrival of 30 more reinforced enemies at 3 seconds. We got to take these guys out really fast here, which I think we can. There we go. Couple seconds. If I didn't take them out, they would have actually summoned more enemies in here, making this again a more difficult battle. Potential goes to 4, giving us a buff, and there is epic. Increases critical damage by 5% for all allies when a critical strike occurs, up to 10 stacks. That is massive when we go in here. Back to the boss fight. We're on floor number 10, and it is Satrana. As you can see her right there in that back left. Boom. When we get some crits in here, there's a crit going to stack crit on all of these heroes, which is really cool. Definitely being able to stack a lot more damage in this team makes a big difference. And of course, guys, I know a lot of you don't like going through the labyrinth, but there we go. What do we got? Enemies are immediately defeated once their HP falls to 25. So that is kind of like the finishing. Once every 10 seconds, all enemies receive true damage. I'm going to go ahead and kill them at that 25% with the reaping. What do we got? Pure crystals. Defeat enemies to gain extra pure crystals. And I don't think the pure crystals carry over. But again, when you're running this a lot more difficult on a lot more harder mode, might make sense if you can stack up some of these crystals to actually get through the content. But as you can see, we're 11 of 15 right now, so we're almost through the labyrinth already. Where Rio goes and falls down. So 79 crystals right there. We have 3 of 4. We have 6 of 8. I'm going to go for 4 of 4 right here. Getting some more attack and buffing this up. Again, we're at 105% if you've seen that top left. So we're making a ton of progression with having the ability to get through this content. And again, looking at the hero build, the level wise, I knew it wasn't going to be difficult coming through here. And we're all only on level 50. There we go. So the Vanquish crest goes up again. Let's pick up what? Brutal attack, life drain, attack speed. There we go. So we'll get some attack speed right there. Pure crystals again. Speedy recovery increases our haste. I will definitely pick that one up. Boom, got a big attack speed and attack speed haste right there. Got to kill Thorin twice, just like we always have. Byron's bird hanging out right there next to Thorin. There's our speedy recovery. There's the store. Let's go with the crystal ball. You know what? As much as I'd like to go in there, let's go ahead and do this one. Fiery hammer. Oh, we're going to go ahead. What are we doing? Swap a crest you already have. Let's go with energy absorption. Let's replace it for 10. Oh, and it just lets you pick something else. Blows the enemy backward to the edge of the field so we can swap them. That's pretty cool. And here's the boss. Good luck. And as you can see, the Labyrinth boss is awesome looking, guys. That is a massive, massive boss. Now, again, with the levels that we're at, I don't think it's going to be a problem getting through here, which it doesn't look like. Can't crowd control right there, so definitely remember that one. The little bird's doing circles around there from Brian. There we go. Dazzling DPS. Boss goes down. Gives us our loot. There we go. Difficulty. First pass complete. There is the adventure log that we are using. Of course, that gives us our rewards. Difficulty 2. Now you can continue to go up. As you can see, we cleared the rewards. There is difficulty 2. Obtain epic or higher, so it does carry over. And as you can see, we can put in a couple more heroes in here to go through the difficulty. Now I'm not sure how far this is going to go. I'm going to take a look. Because there is 10. Again, obtain supreme or higher tier heroes. Yeah, 15 right there. Obtain supreme plus or higher tier heroes. Yeah, definitely going to be very, very strong. But we want to go through here kind of stage by stage and go ahead and build that out. But all right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.